Oh, right. What is going on, everybody? Thursday night is here. That means Wrestling Outlet is here. That also means I am Boxman. And of course, joining me as usual, and it is
Voice of Generation Smark. How are you?
I'm pretty good, man. Been a good week. Been a good raining like hell outside. But been a good week otherwise.
Got myself into a classic sitcom scenario. We were doing two straight series, started out with the Totally Inappropriate NFL draft. We got the first, say, 14 picks, I believe, taken care of. And now we're switching over here and we're doing wrestling. So this is like doing like this is a double date scenario. Now I feel like I'm running like in between two rooms trying to keep everybody happy.
I think you'll be all right. You'll be all right. You'll be good. You'll be good. But obviously, we are going to be talking Wrestlemania. I'm sure you guys are Wrestlemania out already, so we're not going to get that deep into Wrestlemania. But we've got Mania to talk about. We've got a few other little things to get into, mostly Wrestlemania related news, because that's really what's been kind of put out this week, folks. But we got a couple videos to watch. We have a drunk Jey Uso. We're gonna play the video of Jey Uso drunk at the post show, whatever they call those now. I don't know. Are they still media scrums? Is that what they're called, Smart?
I believe so.
Okay, at the scrum. Go check out our scrum bag show.
Sounds like such
a before we get in. It does, doesn't it? It does. Scrum bag. It's very gross. Yeah. Let's just, yeah. Sorry, Luke. Hey, keep us updated in here. That'll work. I did not know it was draft day. I would have watched the movie.
Oh no, not that again.
No, I would have watched without you.
Okay, fair enough. I don't know why, but I keep having a funny feeling that there's eventually going to be a fucking draft day too. But I don't know why. I just feel it in the wind.
Draft evening.
Mm-hmm.
Draft day 2. Draft evening. Draft day 2. Even draftier. Ooh. Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, even draftier. Speaking, though, of draft day and football, I guess real quick before we go any further, get into anything, let's go ahead and say rest in peace to Steve Mongo McMichael. As a lot of us know, in 2021, he was diagnosed with ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease. That is a pretty bad diagnosis for anybody. And after a few years, he, just I think it was just yesterday, wasn't it, Smart?
Indeed, it was.
Yeah. We were getting reports that he was moving into hospice, and then we started getting reports that he had passed. I don't even think he made it to hospice. I don't know, but pretty sad. I mean, that's a tough way to go, because basically your nervous system starts shutting down one by one, all your nervous systems. But the problem is it doesn't do much to your brain, so it's still you up there knowing you're going through all this and watching people look at you through all this, and it's just a very sad disease to see someone go through, because they're as terrified as anyone else. So, but let's not forget he was he started out as a football player. I believe he played for University of Texas, and then also for, as we can see in this picture, the Bears. The Bears. And not only the Bears, folks, but the 1985 Bears team. I don't think, if you weren't alive during that time. I don't think you know how big the 1985 Chicago Bears were. We got a fucking song called the Super Bowl Shuffle, folks. They were all in it. It was played on the radio. It was everybody was a Chicago Bears fan. It didn't matter where the fuck you lived. It was crazy. It was a crazy time for the Bears. But Steve McMichael was a part of that whole team at that time. But yeah, they were incredibly huge at that time. So, I was like 10 years old and I remember all this. I remember watching, I mean, Jesus Christ, I believe they had a video on MTV for the Super Bowl Shuffle.
I mean, they made a music video for sure, and then that helped to inspire the equally terrible Wrestle Rock Rumble.
The Wrestle Rock Rumble, absolutely. Sorry.
True North wants nothing to do with your lying shenanigans. He says, I'm not a Bears fan. This man's lying.
Listen, this was in 1985. I'm not sure how old you are. I was 10, and even I was cheering for the Bears, and I lived in North Carolina at the time. So I'm just saying.
I can't fathom a circumstance where a Packers fan would admittedly cheer for the Bears. I believe him. I believe he's telling the truth. Cheese also says, as opposed to all the happy diseases that people go through.
I'm just saying, this is just you're right. I'm not giving light to any other disease. I'm not doing that. Oh, that hilarious cancer. I'm not going there. I'm not
zany case of leukemia.
What's the funny one? I don't know. What is that? Fucking dick cancer? No, I'm not.
I don't know. Testicular cancer is kind of funny as long as it's not happening to you.
No, as long as it's not you, it's happening to. It's got to be. Good God. But anyway, yeah, I'm not giving light to any other diseases, making being just as horrible. But that's just. I mean, this is
a really bad one, though. Yeah, because like you said, like it's happening and you can feel it, and you can't really do much about it. Some of the other ones, you're at least like it kind of strips away some of your cognitive abilities, so you're not as acutely aware of it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like I've said before, I want to be old. I want to have dementia. I want to be a burden on my kids. I want people to talk about me like I'm not there when I'm really right in front of them. Like, hey, what are we gonna do with Pops later or Gramps later? That's what I want. Hey, I'm right fucking here, bitch. I might even pretend and start it early just so they think I'm fucked up.
That for me would be the only positive side of having children. It's like just waking up one day, just be like, I'm gonna just sigh. I'm just gonna pretend.
With my luck, they're not gonna take care of me. I'm gonna fucking just die in a home. Probably die at home. Probably at home. Probably drinking. Jesus Christ. Anyway. I'm already back to that. That just didn't happen. I've done better. I'm not drinking every night. I did wait until tonight. I drank a 6-pack over the weekend, and I waited till tonight to get more beer. So I'm doing better.
Yeah,
I'm doing this more because my wife told me how much I was spending on beer, and I didn't believe her. And then a couple weeks ago, I'm like, all right, I'm going to write this shit down. Whenever I pick up beer, I'll write it down. So I wrote it down for a week, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm spending like $100 a week on beer.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So what I've done is I've looked into a couple of ways to brew my own.
You're entering your prison wine era?
No, I found this thing called the pinter. And you really just put all the ingredients in, and it does everything for you, and then you pour your fucking beer.
I feel like you missed the point of like all of this. Like, okay, you opted to stop drinking because of the amount of money that you're spending, which would imply that it is a significant amount of money, that it is also a significant amount of alcohol. Which, okay, I am not the one to lecture you about this. Let's just get that out of the way right now. But instead of being like, yeah, maybe I should cut back, it's like, yeah, I should find more cost-efficient ways to get as drunk as humanly possible.
Well, I mean, look, I'm gonna be 50. I know there's gonna have to be a point where I'm gonna have to really slow and down and kick back. I'm going to have to learn to like sip whiskey or something, and I hate whiskey. But I mean, but you know, till August, I'm gonna hit it hard, bro. That's what I'm gonna fucking do.
God bless. True North has a suggestion. He says, why don't you use that extra money to pay your Mexican housekeeper minimum wage?
I don't have a. Please, I wish I had a fucking housekeeper. I'm married, not even have a fucking housekeeper. But anyway, let's not get into that whole conversation. Cheese was asking a question, though, Smark.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you saw.
Cheese would like to know, wasn't there a bad avalanche in 1985?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it just dawned on me. I have not signed on to the account, and you don't have the video. So you're going to get a reprieve at the very least for a week, because that means no avalanche.
Oh.
It's an avalanche! Snow filled the air, buries everything. Time to be scared. You better be aware. It's a nightmare. You better run away if you just can't stay. If you wanna save the day.
Okay, I'm going to save the day by shutting off that fucking song. But
that's right. I forgot that you have access to all the drops that I uploaded on there too. So there you go. You still avalanche.
I got most of them. I do have. I mean, if you uploaded something new, I might not have it, but I've got pretty much all of them. I've got that. I've got the other one here. I got that one. Of course.
Come Tuesday.
Got that. And,
she's a stunt granny.
I got that one.
What the hell is that?
Got that one. And of course.
Not gonna lie, I actually forgot about that one.
Oh, I have a whole bunch. More. But you know, that's just the beginning of it. But I've got most of them on here. You have a good list on here. But we do have a couple to play, and I guess one last time before we move on. What a horrible way to give a little tribute for Mongo there, but rest in peace, Mongo.
As we started talking about hobo wine, I don't know how or why. But yeah, no, I mean, like, I feel kind of, well, aside from just the obvious of what he had to deal with medically, I feel bad for him because I feel like he doesn't get like the credit that he necessarily deserves. Like you said, he was on the 85 Bears defense, and it wasn't even like he was just there. Like, he was actually a contributing factor to them winning the Super Bowl, and he was good enough to make the Hall of Fame. And if you look at his statistics, like, he put in some pretty good numbers throughout his career. It just seemed like he didn't get a lot of credit for that because he was kind of overshadowed by like Mike Singletary, by Walter Payton, by some of the other more bigger name players around the team. But then also, like, you look at the wrestling career, like, for better or for worse, regardless of how you feel about it, man, was in the Four Horsemen for a minute. So like, he had a pretty storied career.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Fucking 15 seasons in the NFL on the primarily with the Bears, 95 sacks, 838 tackles. In 2024, he was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, as you said, Smark, and they even held the ceremony at his home because he couldn't be there for it. So they decided to go there for it. So
yeah, it was really nice.
Stuff,
we read an article about that, of just like, how important it was to his family because it was like it gave them kind of a reprieve from everything that he and they had to face because of that illness. And it was something nice that they could like hang their hat on. It wasn't, like I said, it wasn't just a charity thing. He had put in the work to earn it, but it was nice that he got to experience it while he was still alive and not it was too late.
Yeah, most definitely. So, wow, I didn't think we'd be able to go back, and somehow we did. Good. That was nice. I'm glad we did that. So, cool. So, yeah, we did want to get that out of the way. I wanted to get that out of the way because I know we got Wrestlemania to talk about, and I'm sorry for my dogs barking. I think my wife is coming in the house, and my dogs are going crazy because of it. So, anyhow, let's go ahead. Smark, what did you think of WrestleMania night 1, night 2? Get a quick overview, and then we'll kind of go over our picks.
I feel like I was in the minority on this one, but I feel like the first night was actually better than the second night. It seemed like general consensus was second night better, but I kind of just enjoyed the first. I think because the way that the first night started was like you kind of just got the worst part of it out of the way immediately. It's like get used to it, and then you move on. You know, okay, Geek Guy won. Time for the rest of the show.
Yeah, kind of. And I mean, listen, we few things we told you about. I mean, we told you to get used to it. We did.
I will say I'm not a super reactionary person, and I'm not the type of person that's like, oh, they made him look like a bitch, or oh, they're fucking jobbing him out. The way that Gunther match ended, though, it did kind of make him look like a bitch. Like he tapped out to his own move and just fucking Jay hit him with like a flurry of his own offense. It's just like he did kind of look like he got chunked out. And I mean, you pair that with the fact that like last year it was essentially the same story of like he looked really good, right, really intimidating, total badass, so on and so forth, all the way up until WrestleMania. And then last year he lost to Sammy. This year he lost to Jay. Like if you have him lose every WrestleMania, and I know it's only like 2 deep, but he won, I think, the year prior to that because that was that triple threat match. But if you like keep telling the same story of him just like bullying people until they kick his ass at WrestleMania, you stop making him look out to be like a threat that he's capable of being. I feel like.
Yeah, and and he didn't even, not that he just tapped out, but he tapped out pretty quick. He was only in it for like 10 seconds and he's tapping the fuck out. It's like, whoa.
That is another thing too, is especially he doesn't lose a lot, periods. Like I said, kind of that's the counterpoint to that argument. But like if you're gonna make it a big deal that he tapped out, like don't have him tap out immediately. Like draw it out just a little bit.
Yeah. It was pretty quick, the whole tap out thing. So, but yeah, it was a little crazy, but that was one part of it. And that's right there. The first one on the list is that one. And me and you did both say Jey Uso would be the winner of that match. And then we had the War Raiders versus the New Day. Smark, you were right on that one. I fucked up. I said the War Raiders. You said the New Day. New champions. New champions, man.
I felt really good about my pick when they started talking about how much the New Day loses at WrestleMania. I was like, well, you're not going to put that out there if they're not winning, because then you just make them look like total fucking idiots. Yeah.
But I got to tell you, there really wasn't a bad match on the show. So I'm not going to sit here and go through matches. We're just going to do this kind of the quick way, just to get through. Like I said, you guys have heard so many WrestleMania shows. We don't need to get into a lot of it, but
she says 10 seconds. I counted 2 on this submission.
It was more than 2. Don't make me start and count the damn thing.
Break out the stopwatch. And she's also saying he thinks night 2 was better. Like I said, everybody seems to think night 2 was better. Just for some reason, I happen to enjoy the first night. I think a lot of it for me was just that a lot of the matches the second night didn't have the best of builds. Like I didn't care about the build for that tag team, the women's tag team match, title match. The triple threat was kind of.
Yeah, yeah, and I kind of agree with you. I mean, first night was, I mean, I guess you could say better matches. I guess you could even say second night just had more drama to it, maybe with the whole, just the whole Cena thing and Cody that had really a lot of build throughout it. So, and you also had a match that wasn't even announced. Randy Orton just came out and beat the hell out of Joe Hendry on the second night. And I say again about Joe Hendry, I don't get it.
I was curious as to where you're going to be on that one because there was people that were super happy for him that he got to be on Wrestlemania. There were people bitching that like they buried the TNA champion, so like they're just basically sticking it to TNA and not helping them with the partnership, that kind of stuff. Like I'm happy for him. I'm not like a super fan of the guy, but what I think people don't talk about is that's a pretty big opportunity. Like aside from the match result of like, okay, yeah, he lost in like 2 or 3 minutes or whatever, he reversed a couple of moves, and when he came out, the crowd was super hard for him. They were, like waving their arms in the air, going back and forth, like. And the thing is that was not the kind of crowd that just like cheered for anything and everything. Like people were bashing them for being a bad crowd, for not responding to certain things. And like they responded for him, so they were loud for him. So like people are going to see that, and it's going to get factored into how they use him in the future. I would not at all be surprised if he's on a WWE roster within the next couple months or a year or so.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it either. And I'm sure TNA is thinking, wow, we didn't expect him to get that kind of ovation. He got a great ovation. I'm not going to lie, he did. And that match was 3 minutes and 10 seconds, Smart.
Mm-hmm. That was very good.
3 minutes and 10 seconds. But, yeah, so all right, we knocked out that match for night 2. Go ahead and just get that off my list. But yeah, the Rey Mysterio El Grande Americano was a good match. It was fun. You had
supposed to be Rey Mysterio.
Well, true. It was. It ended up being. I'm sorry, you're right. It ended up being Rey Fenix,
which actually made me a lot happier for it because like Rey Mysterio is great and everything, but just where he is at his point in his career now. It's like the poor guy's been banged up a lot. He's gone through it. He's been out there for years. He can't go the same way he used to. So then they announced it's going to be Phoenix, and I got super excited for it. Then Phoenix lost, and I was a little bit less excited for it. That fucking reverse 450, though, that was fucking crazy. That fucking Gable comes out.
It was. And there were some great moves. And you got to realize this guy was thrown in there at the last second. Ray was probably scheduled to lose. So that's how it had to go.
That's what I would like to know. I'd like to know if that was always the plan, that Ray was supposed to lose, or if the whole plan is just that Ray is the one that's going to beat him and usurp him, take the mask off of him, and so on and so forth. They were more committed to just saving the moment so that Ray could have it, or if that was always the plan in the first place. That's what you'll never know, but that's what I would like to know.
I mean, you got to think about the storyline. You couldn't just take another guy and throw him in there. You had to bring another luchador in. So it was either Rey Mysterio, who was out, Ray Phoenix, or who I'm trying to think of someone else they have. Penta was already in a match. He wasn't fucking going out there.
Right. Well, yeah, no, but what I'm saying just more than anything is I wonder if it was always like if the plan originally was for Ray to lose.
I think
it was just a continuation of that plan, or if Ray was supposed to win and they changed it because Ray wasn't out there.
Well, I think El Grande was supposed to win anyway because that was my pick.
Yeah, I can see that.
So I picked him. You actually picked Ray. We'll just say Ray. That way you were wrong anyway, but you got the first name right.
That's right. I just did not have Rey Mysterio tearing his groin in my crystal ball, which sounds like a horrific injury. We're talking about not fun, happy injuries.
Yeah, and again, not that there's good injuries. My God. Okay.
Again, it all depends on to whom. As long as it's not you.
Yeah, exactly. As long as it's not Hume. What? Mm-hmm. Jade Cargill versus Naomi. Ooh, man, I like Jade with the short hair. I like Jade with the short hair. Jade's awesome. We both had her to win, and she did. LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. Again, this was, I believe, the match I said I don't give a fuck. And I didn't, but I'm glad Jacob won because I am just not an LA Knight fan, folks. And it's not the fact that I didn't like him in TNA. I didn't like him. What was he in TNA? Fucking Eli Drake.
TNA, NWA.
Yeah, I didn't like him there. I didn't like him anywhere. So I'm not flip-flopping on the guy. I just don't see anything in him. I just don't. So I'm glad we had Jacob Fatu as the winner there, and good shit.
Yeah, I don't particularly care for him, but I mean, he's done a good job getting himself over, so it'd be good for him. To me, like the first thing I remember was just like when he was in NXT, he was having that feud with Cameron Grimes, and I liked Cameron Grimes a lot more. It seemed like he was a lot more over at the time than WWE. Was just like, yeah, no, fuck him. We're gonna release him. We're gonna push the other guy to the moon. It's like, all right, cool.
Yeah, fuck him. Why not, right? Fuck him. Smart, here you go.
There you go. That's Bengals take Shamir Stewart. That's what I predicted. We did a mock draft on Tuesday, and I had that prediction. So that's at least one prediction that I've gotten right.
No relation to Shamar Moore.
Maybe. I don't know one way or the other. I could not tell you.
Just kidding. Box would not like LA Knight in a boat. He would not like him with a goat. I would not like him on my boat or with any of my goats. You are correct. Especially not on my boat. Well, if he was on my boat, I could just kick him off, bring him down to the old Everglades in South Florida and show him what's up.
Gatorton.
This is called Gator Alley. Okay. Whoa. No. My boat's kind of small. I only got a little 17.5-foot bass tracker.
I mean, it's not the size of the dinghy. It's how you use that dinghy.
Well, absolutely. It's a good boat. It's a good aluminum boat. Lasted me. I've had a long time. I've probably had that boat for probably going on 20 years.
Oh, nice.
Probably going on 20 years. I'm starting to think about it. I had it at my first house. Not my first apartment, my first house. I've had that boat over 20 years. Because I was 24 when I moved into that house. So, yeah. I've had that boat over 20 years, going on 25. Holy shit. I'm fucking old. I am fucking old, man. Jesus Christ.
It happens to all of us.
Oh, it's happening quicker to me, I believe. But let's get back to this here. But yeah, Jade Cargill, we talked that. Jacob Fatu, awesome. Tiffany Stratton, Charlotte Flair. Smart. We both got shocked on this one because neither one of us felt Charlotte Flair was leaving there without that title. And she did. She did make sure she knocked out one of Tiffany's caps before she let her go. But it was fixed before the end of the show. Don't worry about it, folks.
There you go. Speaking of matches I don't care about. I mean, I'm glad we were wrong. I'm glad Tiffany won. But it's like, nah. They tried. They tried to have a good build. It just did not happen.
It really didn't, but I was happy to see Charlotte put over Tiffany. I think it was the right thing to do. I mean, we both said we hope we're wrong on the pick for this match, and we were. So our hopes came true, Smart.
That's right.
And then and this is where it got fun, folks. We had the main event, which was Roman Reigns versus CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. This match was going great. This match was actually a fun match throughout. It was a good match. And then Paul Heyman, the greatest showman on earth, as I call him, absolutely amazing, comes in. First, he takes out Punk with a chair. Says, "You made me choose. You made me choose." So we're like, oh my God. And he turns around, he kind of says, and I choose my tribal chief. So you're like, oh my God, I see what he's doing here. But no, Paul Heyman goes one further. He nut jobbed. Boom, shot to the Franks and Beans to Roman Reigns. And it wasn't just like a shot. He put it up there and rammed it, wiggled it in there. And that was it. And then that allowed Seth Rollins to make the turn. And once again, the same way he hit, he hits Roman Reigns in the back again with the chair. And Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns walk out with Paul Heyman just mugging it up the whole way out. This evil look on his face, just walking out. I couldn't even look at Seth. I was looking at Paul the whole time. Just his facial expressions were gold. But yeah, it was pretty cool. I think it was very well done. I don't think a lot of people were expecting that. I don't think I heard anyone mentioning that outcome at all.
Right.
I don't think I did. So great outcome with Seth Rollins winning that match. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yes.
And I mean, there's so many things they can do. I got to admit, I did not watch Raw yet. I haven't watched it yet. I honestly haven't watched AEW tonight, last night's episode of AEW either, folks. So I heard Solomonster's review of it today because I had to drive 5 hours today, but that was about all I heard. So
I know that's not what you meant, but that sounded like such an inadvertent dig at him. Like, I had fucking 5 hours, so of course I listened to him.
No, he was only an hour and 48 minutes of it. I actually found a podcast of a show I used to listen to in Florida called The Love Doctors.
Mm-hmm.
And it's honestly the show that kind of made me think, I think I can do this talking thing. And I was listening to it right before I moved here. About 2 months after I moved here, they got picked up on iHeart, so I could listen to them on iHeart. So I kept up with them, but they were called The Love Doctors. They're awesome. And I found a podcast that has 900 episodes. They're all from 2017 and back, but it's been worth it for me. I love the show, and it's been fun listening to it. So that's really what the rest of my ride was taken up with, was that show. And it was on from like 9 or like 10 to 2. I believe it was a 5-hour show. So it would have been 10 to 3. It was 10 to 3. That's what it was. So it was a long fucking show to listen to, but it really got me back into listening to talk radio. And I mean, that was the only station I listened to. I got a bunch of my friends listening to it. I'm waiting to be listening and hear my buddy Rigel call the show. He said he was calling all the time, in those last years before the original Dr. Rich and Dr. Glenn. Dr. Glenn was still there, but Dr. Rich was retired. He used to call all the time. So I'm waiting to hear some calls from him. So, but that's really what I was listening to most of the day. But his, while I was out this morning, popped up on my feed. So I'm like, why not? Let's take a listen. So I did. But anywho, that's got nothing to do with WrestleMania, folks. But yeah, I thought that was a really creative way to just the whole way they did the end of that match was great. And of course, I got to say one more time, you cannot find a better person to do something like that, some sort of turn, than Paul Heyman, because he's just that fucking good.
Sure.
I mean, I know I put Paul Heyman over probably way too much on this show. It's got nothing to do with him being Jewish. I swear to God. The guy is just that fucking awesome to me. You have to watch Paul Heyman. If you don't watch Paul Heyman more, start. You'll see. You'll see.
What's going on?
What was that?
I know Norab came in. Just saying hello to him. Said hello, good
Oh.
evening.
Yes. How is it, Norab? How you doing? All right. So let's keep going here. We got a few more matches to get into. So Io Sky, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley. Fucking great match. Io did retain. I got that one right. You guessed Rhea. I would have loved to have seen Rhea too, but Io just pulled those crazy moonsaults out of the air. Literally.
Mm.
And it really was a good match, man. But Rhea came down looking great. Bianca also looked great. And Io looked great. I just thought it was a good match. I thought it was a great match. As was Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. But Bailey it was supposed to be Bailey and Lyra Valkyria. Bailey got taken out before the match. Whatever. I know there's a whole scuttlebutt behind that. Let's maybe figure out what happened first. And we both guessed Liv Morgan and Raquel retaining. That did not happen. Becky Lynch returned. And her and Lyra Valkyria ended up winning the titles. I do know that Becky and Raquel did get them back on Raw. So who gives a shit, right?
Yeah, this ultimately ended up being like a 30-minute waste
Right.
of time.
Right. I didn't hear any of that.
And I said that just ultimately ended up being a 30-minute waste of time.
Pretty much. But this was a pretty good match here, though. This AJ Styles Logan Paul match. I thought this was a pretty good match. It was just a singles match. Both of us figured Logan Paul was going to win. Both of us thought the same thing. They're not going to bring a Logan Paul in to lose at a WrestleMania. If this was another pay-per-view, I might not have picked Logan Paul, but Logan Paul winning at WrestleMania helps his brand, helps more eyes get on the product. Whether you want to admit it or not, it does. It does. Then we had this match. This was another really good match. Braun Breaker, Penta, Finn Balor, and Dominic Mysterio. I got to tell you, Penta looks like he is already at home in WWE. Looks great, looks comfortable already. This guy is going to go very far, very quickly, in my opinion, in WWE, as he should. But Smark, you picked Penta to win. I picked Braun. Both of us were fucking wrong. Dominic Mysterio pulls out the win. Crowd went nuts. He's walking up the ramp. The cameraman tells him to go back in the ring. He does, and the crowd goes even more fucking nuts.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. He ended up if only for that night. I was gonna say, if only for that night, he ended up becoming a babyface. The fucking crowd loved him. It was kind of cool though. It was like kind of unexpected, and a lot of the storyline, I guess, was built on just Dominic Mysterio like kind of being an underdog, like even inadvertently. Just like it didn't seem like he necessarily belonged in the match, quote unquote. And he ended up pulling it out. I thought that was pretty cool. I wanted Penta to win, but of the other possible outcomes, that was still a pretty cool one.
I think it was a great outcome, especially when you saw the ovation he got and then came back and the crowd went fucking nuts for him. Whether he's a babyface or a heel, I don't think it matters at this point. He is over. Dominic Mysterio, his character is over with the crowd. definitely eventually going to turn babyface. I see him being maybe one of them to leave Judgment Day quickly. So we'll see what happens. But especially now, I mean, he basically threw Finn off of off to be to pin to get the pin in the win in the match. So craziness. But neither one of us thought that was going to happen, Smart. But yeah, here we are. It did. All right, so we got two more here. We have Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. This was the Sin City Street fight. Both of us guessed this one right with Drew McIntyre. Good match, though. Great entrance for Damian Priest. With the guitarist from Slayer playing him in. Good stuff.
This is wild because you had you said the guitar entrance with this guy from Slayer, and then you also had, I believe this was the same match. They had that fucking giant like Doom statue that like Drew McIntyre walked by and was like posing with the little fucking like Doom guy, and it was interesting.
Yeah, to me it just looked like a robot with a motorcycle helmet on. But yeah, okay.
More or less, yeah.
That's about what it looked like to me.
Like I said, it was interesting, not good.
Yeah, I'm not saying anything. I'm just letting you know what I saw. But it was a damn good match, as we've said most of them were, which leads us to the last match we're going to get into here. Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. This was for the undisputed WWE Championship. Smart, you nailed it. You got it. I picked Cody. You picked John Cena. Your plan finally worked by never, ever picking Cody Rhodes for predictions. Finally, you got it, my man.
I mean, it took 9 missteps to get the result that we wanted and needed, but hey, here we are.
He got
I wanted to celebrate, but I didn't know if you were watching in real time. So all I did was I just sent you a message on Facebook with fireworks. I was like, no, he's probably still going to be able to decipher what it is I mean by that based on the time that I sent it, but it's better than just being like Cena won, hey, Cody's gone.
I'll be honest, I didn't watch Mania until yesterday.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was fucking Easter Sunday, so I figured that there'd be some priorities. It's a big family outing. I didn't want to completely spoil it for you, but I did want to celebrate that Cody was no longer.
Well, we did the family thing on Saturday, and we kind of stayed home Sunday and did the at-home family thing. So that's kind of how it went. But
so what did you think about this match? Because it was very divisive amongst people.
It was very what? I didn't catch that.
It was very divisive amongst people. There were people that were saying that they just thought the match as a whole sucked. There were people that were saying that they were disappointed that The Rock wasn't there, which it seems like kind of makes sense. There's people that were like fucking furious that all this build led up to just basically Travis Scott versus Cody.
Yeah, Travis Scott again got involved, which I don't think anybody was surprised about. But yeah, it I didn't think the match was that bad. Again, I honestly haven't watched WWE religiously in a while. I just kind of catch clips here and there. So maybe I didn't have the same reaction that some of the hardcore fans had, possibly. But I didn't find it to be that bad at all. There were some spots where it was getting a little slow. But go ahead.
No, I was gonna say to that point is I think what was interesting is like unless they're just gotten really good at doing damage control, no pun intended. Allegedly, that match was like supposed to be bad. Like apparently Cena was like kind of supposed to be going out there and supposed to be just wrestling as boring as possible to kind of go along with the whole character of wanting to ruin wrestling. Like he came out with the entrance and he didn't have like the Titantron. He just had his name in fucking very plain text with a black background. He had the black shirt on. There was no like theatrics to his entrance whatsoever. He came out and he wrestled a very basic, very slow match. And like I think it's interesting. And like what makes me believe that they weren't just like lying was like as soon as they went off the air, they went to the pre-show, the post-show. They didn't go to the pre-show. They went to the post-show. And Big E was like just straight up mentioned that he like Cena was like purposely trying to wrestle bad to put on a bad match to make the fans angry because that's what he likes to do. That's his whole character now. And they said, but there were several good matches on the show. There was a lot of really good stuff on the show, but fucking Cena put on a bad match on purpose. And I was like, this is a really weird way to be going about this. Like you're doing like kind of performance art type shit of just being like, purposely making the main event of WrestleMania bad in order to like further heel character.
Well, he pissed off a lot of kids too. A lot of kids. Let me show you how he did this, Mark. You ready for this? Watch this.
Get out!
Oh!
The little one just was like, yeah, let's fuck shit up.
He didn't even know who any of these people were. He just wanted to like join in the destruction.
That kid, he did not know why his brother was tearing shit up. He just knew he was, and his parents weren't yelling at him. So the kid just started flipping shit over. That was I don't know why I saw that video and I'm like, I want to play this on the show. This is hilarious.
Commercials to Make-A-Wish kid is picking the Broncos.
That fucking kid right there is down. He's down to he's with his brother. That is fucking awesome right there. Mm-hmm. So there was some of the reactions to John Cena winning that match, but
and I could also tell that the people in that video were good parents. And you know how I know this? Because that kid had a full-on temper tantrum, was throwing shit, and the TV was never in danger whatsoever. Because that's where I thought this was going. I was like, he's going to chuck shit at the TV, isn't he? He's like, nope, he knows better than that.
No, the best part of that was just the little brother behind him, just like, I'm with you, man, and throwing stuff around, not having any clue probably why. But I just thought it was awesome.
One of my favorite comments was like, people like, I was too. Like, I was just kind of surprised because like, I didn't think the match was bad, and I think just more than anything, it was because I was happy that Cody lost. So it was like it could have been the most dog shit match in the history of ever, and I'd been like, no, that's pretty good. But I was surprised that The Rock didn't come out. And like the funny thing is, like everybody was bitching, like, "Where's The Rock? Where's The Rock? Where's The Rock?" And I saw a tweet that was like, he's still trying to figure out that Rubik's Cube.
Well, he came out on Pat McAfee and said why he didn't show up. That
I don't believe that whatsoever.
A lot of people are saying that is total bullshit, but I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. You don't know anymore with The Rock. He's, listen, they have a whole show coming out that's going to bring us into the writer's room, which we're going to talk about in a few minutes here. So there's not going to be much hidden anymore, but they're still going to be able to work people, and they're going to definitely figure it out. And what better show to do that on than Pat McAfee? I don't know. I'm not sure I believe it either. What was the excuse? Oh, this was the plan. I didn't want to get in the way. I wanted it to be about Cena and Cody. Whatever. If that's true, whatever. If it's not true, whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
it's WWE.
Exactly. It just, I don't know, like, it all kind of seemed like the whole build to that seemed kind of poorly executed and maybe ill-planned. So I'll give Cody a little bit of credit, though, because I was watching the SmackDown before WrestleMania, or at least the segment with him and Cena, because Cody comes out, Cena comes out. And fucking Cena, of course, is ripping into him, and, like, it's Cody's turn on the microphone, and I don't know if I've heard louder boos. Like, as soon as Cody grabbed the mic, like, it was like Vicky Guerrero level, just to stop booing until you shut the fuck up. And it was like I said, I'm impressed because they started off like super fucking nuclear heat booing him, and Cody managed to turn it around to at the end of the promo they were cheering for him, which I had not seen somebody like win a crowd over, like The only thing I could compare it to is like if you remember that the video of like Bill Burr getting heckled, and like he just like the whole crowd hates him, and he just tells them to go fuck themselves until they start cheering for him. Cody didn't tell them to go fuck themselves. But Cody ripped into Cena to a point where fucking they eventually started cheering. So I don't like the guy, but he manages to do well for himself.
Yeah, when he needs to. But speaking of the post show, Smark, you mentioned it a little earlier. As I said, we do have video of Jey Uso drunk out of his mind at the post show, and here we go.
Yeet. Hell yeah, I love it. Fire. Internet, I don't know what it is. Soak it in, cause this is it right here. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but hell yeah. 2-time world shot girls. I'm damn near world heavyweight champ. Yo. Next, I'm in Vegas. That's all I'm saying.
Hi. Oos. What I'm saying? I'm damn near a champion. I'm almost champion. I mean, wait, I am the champion. Yeet. Get Oos to it.
That is actually, unironically, the best promo I've ever heard him cut. He just needs to get drunk.
I agree. That is the best promo he's ever cut right there. I 100% agree. They need to just get him liquored up before every fucking promo.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they should tape all his promos. Well, let's just hope he's not driving.
It's actually kind of funny because he basically kind of shit on the belt because he just kind of implied that it's like the secondary title. Like, I'm almost the real champion. But, you know,
I'm almost the champion. But he was drunk. He was drunk.
I'm not the champion, but I'm a champion.
I'm a champion. Yeah. Fuck you. Next. Bitches.
It's like, cool. Let's get that guy to do more promos. Like,
It's.
Although based on family history, let's keep that guy as far away from an automobile as humanly possible. We don't need that shit again. But
that's the thing. When you've got some DUIs on your record, you might not want to. You could wait till after the. I mean, you might want to start off with, folks. I just want to start off with I am not driving. I mean, I'm just saying. Let's get that out of the way. I got a driver. I'm the champion now. I'm almost the champion, but I'm kind of the champion. But yeah, he was drunk as fuck. Want to play that again? Let's do it one more time. 25 seconds.
Yeet. Hell yeah, I love it. Fire. Internet, I don't know what it is. Soak it in, cause this is it right here. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but hell yeah. 2-time world shot girls. I'm damn near world heavyweight champ. Yo. Next, I'm in Vegas. That's all I'm saying.
Fire, water, land, earth.
Captain Planet, motherfucker. This is all good.
All of it. I love you, me, them, they, her, he, she, the what? Oos.
Let him see if we more motherfuckers at. I'm trying to fight a tiger.
Like I said, fuck it. I'm in Vegas. All this is in Vegas. Like I said, Vegas. Viva Las Vegas, baby. That's what he should have said. God damn it. Don't throw a fucking Elvis reference in when you're in goddamn Las Vegas, punk motherfucker.
It doesn't really strike me as much of an Elvis fan. Maybe more of a Dean Martin kind of a guy.
Yeah. Fuck. Gunther would have made an Elvis reference.
Perhaps.
He was stationed over there and did some movies over there. Over in wherever he's from.
It's all a gimmick. He was from like Kentucky, as far as I know.
I don't know. Elvis was stationed over in Germany when he was. He did do a few movies over in Germany when he was in the military.
Hey.
So there you go. Now we're not done with WrestleMania because they did a couple things during WrestleMania. Number one, a couple of days ago, it came out. This was the most successful event event in WWE history, WrestleMania 41, folks. The 2-night event over the weekend drew a total announced attendance of 124,693. Largest gate. They're talking proceeds from ticket sales in WWE history. Now, let's not forget we did have some people complaining about ticket prices being ridiculous. People were complaining about $400 nosebleed seats for NXT, and they could barely see. No wonder this was. Put it this way: this event drew 20,600 fewer fans than last year in Philly, and they still broke gate records. What does that tell you? Prices have gone up. That's what it tells me.
They say that they love gouging motherfuckers is what that tells me.
I think prices have gone up, folks.
What made me laugh about all this is like I don't even think they did it this show, which thank God, because I'm fucking tired of seeing it. Of like they didn't have the hey, guess how much money we paid out for you stupid motherfuckers, and then everybody cheers. Like they didn't do that. They did have. They brought out night 2. They brought out Stone Cold, which I'm surprised we didn't talk about because it was amazing.
Yeah, we do.
Drove the ATV like about 35 miles an hour around the ring, hit a woman, barely. But God bless her, she did the same thing that every rational fucking human being should have done. I would have certainly done in that instance. She sold that shit better than any wrestler did the entire weekend, regardless of the show. She fucking fell down, took a tumble. They had to send fucking Nick Khan out there to do fucking to keep the peace.
Yeah,
I don't know what she got out of them, but hopefully she got a fucking lot.
Rumor is they gave her 20 grand, but I don't think a lawyer would have jumped in this fast. So I don't know, but yeah. Now, Smark, I have to assume you've ridden a 4-wheeler before.
Sure.
Okay. Just where you're from, stories you've told me, way you grew up. I had a feeling.
Chicago?
Huh?
Well, I'm from Chicago, but I mean, I've lived in the South for a while. But yeah,
that was my figuring, and you've told me a little bit about some of your family, and they seem like some of my family, which loves to ride dirt bikes and ATVs.
That's right.
So, when you're on a 4-wheeler and you're used to being outside on dirt, and usually when you turn, that sumbitch will actually turn, and it will kind of almost fishtail to a turn. Well, you see, he did that in the first. He did it in the second turn. He even did it around the whole ring the first time. But there's times where that thing will catch one of those dry spots, and that looks like that's what happened. It just didn't turn. And he ran. He was going a little fast, too, but ran right into the barricade. I would have done the same thing. My back, my neck, and my back. I would have done the same shit. Everybody would have done the same shit. And you had the one girl sitting that was right beside of the black girl who was just looking around like, ooh, somebody's getting fucked up here. Okay. She was great. But yeah. Austin, not only that, but the reason his music played so long is because he missed the ramp.
Mm-hmm.
There's also video of that. He missed the ramp. He had to back up and then go down the ramp. That's why his music played for so long. I think Stone Cold might have had a few real American beers before I'm not sure we should have people out there drinking and ATVing. Although many of my stories start with, so we were on the ATV, wait, hold my beer.
Mm-hmm. Well, I have to boo real quick because Trino says Green Bay's on the pod, Green Bay's drafting next up, boo, of course. But also, I was thinking about that because I watched him hit that woman, and I was like, well, first off, not the first woman he said, and hopefully she gets more money than the other ones. But the other thing was like, I was wondering, I was like, well, why didn't he ride the ATV back up the ramp? And I was like, what? No, hold on. if I talk about optics of shit, that man just pretended at least to drink 4 beers in a row. Like most of it ended up on his shirt, but he downed like fucking 4 beers. And it's like, okay, yeah, that makes sense as to why he didn't get back on the ATV. That
Well,
looked really bad from a PR standpoint.
well, I mean, you don't technically need a license to drive an ATV on private property.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like, it would have looked really bad if he was operating heavy machinery, fucking just pretending to be loaded. Whether he was or wasn't, who really knows? But,
Well, and then I think they should have, and then there was fan or cam video of Dominic, I believe, who ran into a fan backstage.
yeah.
So they're just not having a good week on for vehicles in that company. Not a good week for vehicles. So, but yeah, they did make a lot of money this week, and even on social media accounts, they set record-breaking numbers on all their social media accounts, generating 1.1 billion views combined throughout the weekend. Definitely up over last year's WrestleMania weekend, which they only got 660 million. So way up on views. Let's just say they are doing very well in the WWE universe. And as Norab mentioned just a little while ago, about 5 minutes ago, WWE has made a new acquisition, folks, which they did announce during WrestleMania. That is WWE acquiring Triple A, Lucha Libre promotion, Triple A worldwide. And looks like their first event is going to be at the Kia Forum, June 7th. It's going to be Worlds Collide. It was a very weird, I mean, they showed Vikingo down there. There was a ton of celebrities also at WrestleMania, which we don't need to get into all that. Again, you guys have heard all this shit. We don't need to get into every little thing. But it was a very weird, I don't know, it was just weird how they did that whole thing, Smark. And the whole picture here, I'm just going to put it up here. The whole picture of it was kind of weird to me. You had like all the higher ups of the company right here, as you can see. And right beside Triple H is Cruella DeVille. It's amazing how they got her here. I was amazed.
You know what it's like. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen, like, I'm trying to, like, think to pinpoint, like, an exact textbook example of this, but, like, if you've ever seen, like, those shows, like, especially, like, the Hallmark movies and shit, where, like, somebody who owns a family business, like, passes away or something, and then, like, the evil member of the family tries to take over the family business to sell
Yep.
corporation. She looks exactly like how they look in those movies. Like, she looks like she's, like, just so very happy to profit off of her passed away husband's Darby.
Yeah, and I believe she's the owner.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah,
But-
she's the widow of Antonio Pena, who used to own AAA, and then he passed away, and it went to her, and then she sold the company.
Right. And as you see, they brought out every single Mexican wrestler or luchador they have on their roster. This is it, folks. This is it.
Some of those men have not ever worked for AAA in their life, by the way.
No, some of them have not. And I mean, Stephanie Vicor doing awesome right now. You got Andrade who's saying, I don't know. I don't know. What am I doing? What are you doing? What am I doing? You've got, you got Vikingo here. You've got Penta, obviously moving up. But they have everyone out there. And it's just, it was like the weirdest segment. And it was just, and they did it right. I think they did this right before It was the pre-show when they did this. Was it the pre-show? Because I thought they re-showed it during Mania.
They did. Yeah, it was. They announced it during the pre-show, and then they ran it before the
Ray Phoenix match.
Phoenix. Right? Yeah, the Phoenix Grande match, and I think they ran it again like after the Penta match. But they definitely mentioned it. I don't remember if they ran it again or not. I will say, I super don't like this. Like, I'm not going to lie and say that I watch AAA all the time.
You're not the only one. You're not the
fairly
only one.
regular basis. But the problem is like people are like, well, it's AAA. They were fucking, they were struggling anyway. Fine, whatever. But like, just the idea of, it doesn't matter if it's WWE. It would have been the same thing if it was AEW or even just New Japan. Any company that trying to build like a monopoly, or in WWE's case, further a monopoly, but expand it upon a market and a culture that is entirely different and unique to the one in our country, is like, just not a huge fan of it. I don't like them being there. Like, it doesn't matter so much of them like owning AAA, but like, yeah, they're going to start signing people. They're going to start poaching people from CM. Definitely, they're going to like steal people from the fucking Mexican independent scene, or they're going to just like fire a lot of the people that work there and then just replace them with like NXT guys. And it's just like,
oh, I agree.
It bothers me
I
more
agree.
than anything.
And you know, WWE. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. No, I was just saying, what bothers me more than anything is like people are like, well, fucking, you know, TNA's next, or like people, whatever, stuff like that. But it's like, if they bought TNA, it wouldn't matter. It's a lot different than you're buying a company in a country that has its own traditions, its own culture, its own customs, based on the wrestling. Like, it's Lucha Libre is something entirely different to American wrestling, to Japanese wrestling. It's its own thing. It's like, it's a lifestyle for a lot of those people. And then they put out like the tweet, in the fucking tweet that they put out announcing it from Triple H's Twitter account. He said it was a great day for sports entertainment. It's like, don't fucking force your stupid sports entertainment fucking corporate rhetoric bullshit on a culture that you know nothing about, did nothing to create. Like, he just it's just so fucking shitty. Like, it's just so lame. Like, you know, Triple H doesn't know a goddamn thing about Lucha Libre culture. It does not care, and he just wants to profit off of a market that they've forever struggled to tap into. Because from what I understand, Triple Mania, they've already started raising the ticket prices for that. That's like the big show in AAA.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, yep, we're gonna gouge you motherfuckers too. I don't care if you're working class people. Fuck you. We're gonna steal every goddamn peso we can from you.
Oh, and then they'll start bringing those shows up here, and they're going to be ridiculously priced, just like anything else. And, you know, WWE has their own idea of what Lucha Libre should be. And we've seen that WWE style of Lucha Libre with Rey Mysterio for years. So, I don't know, man. Craziness. But even, I believe AAA's account even put out, they're really trying to say the right things, but they are not.
Mm-hmm.
So, go ahead.
Mark says Conan revealed everything. He warned Tony what goes around comes around. One with Stephanie McClure, two is the Lucha Brothers, three is the accusation. Conan claims there may be a fourth. What comes around goes around. What's going to be really fucking funny, in my opinion, is like, as hard as Conan, like as happy as this has made Conan, and as much as Conan's defending all the shit, you know, Conan's ass is getting fired. Give it a year. Give it less than a year. I can guarantee you, within a year, that motherfucker will be gone.
Well, Alberto Del Rio's already gone. Yeah. All right.
Everybody knew that shit was happening. It was like, no, your ass. But he was the world champion. Like, he was there for world champion. I know they don't give a fuck.
Didn't this guy, dude, we just showed video of this motherfucker attacking a fan. Yes, he got hit with a chair, but motherfucker deserved it. Don't go after a fan.
I mean, I'm saying it was the right thing to do, but like, it is funny though that he was their world champion, and they're like, the first thing we're gonna do is get rid of your ass. You're gone. Get out here.
I love it.
I'm gonna come.
Oh, okay. Norab said it's fake news. Please don't tell me that. I want him to be fired. If he's not fired, I'm gonna fire him. You're fired.
Oh, he will be fired if he's not fired already. But so will Conan.
Oh yeah.
WWE bought it, and fucking Del Rio was like,
Oh, you motherfuckers. Okay.
We got Training Day drops coming in. I know that voice anywhere.
Cheese shows up and brings his own drops. That man's
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I always keep them handy in my pocket.
there. You
I
go.
just got work from home, Oos. Almost Las Vegas.
Yeet. Yeah. Oh shit. Fire. Home. Place to be. I don't know. Internet. I love it. Oohs.
By my drinks combined, I am Captain Smashed.
Yeah.
Wish I could show you guys. I don't know. I might be able to. I am like damn near completely off of the bed right now. This motherfucker has pushed me as far off of the edge as humanly possible. Like
I
He's back there like,
Tonight, you.
I can't say much. We have dogs all over my bed at night, but my poor wife can't even cuddle with me.
only dog in my bed at night is me.
Oh,
A lab
Good-
tries to get up there.
good old hound dog. Old hound dog. That's what you're talking about there.
Yep.
So
I keep barking up that tree, but the squirrel ain't coming down.
well, after a few years, it just stays there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just yeah. Anyway, that AAA thing is weird, but like I said, even the AAA accounts, like they're trying to say the right things, but they're not. I guess we'll see where it goes, but I don't see this. I would say I don't see it going well, but one way or another, they're gonna pull it out of their ass. Even if it doesn't go well for them, they'll profit. They'll take the library, they'll throw it on the fucking Peacock, and everyone will be fucking happy.
Yeah.
it makes me want. Oh, go ahead, G, sorry.
I was gonna say I don't think they'll try to incorporate it too much. I think they'll kind of let it be its own separate entity, even though they own it.
They should, but I think a lot of people thought that was going to happen, and then, but how long until it becomes NXT Mexico?
That's what they want. They I mean, literally, like a couple of years ago, they were talking about expansion that they wanted to
Absolutely.
Mexico and NXT Japan.
And this was
NXT
Triple H's
USA.
idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is all Triple H's brainchild, and I mean, let's not fucking lie here. Triple H has got a little more pull than he had back in the day. So, and he's obviously good friends with the TKO guys, Dana White, obviously. So like I said, I think we're going to see NXT Mexico, and then we see how well that worked in NXT UK, didn't we?
I feel like I feel like that's the best case scenario. Actually, is that I don't know, and they might even just be their idea of like they don't like conspiracy theory would be that they don't even really want to run it. They just want like the table library and shit, so they're going to like gouge people on the ticket prices, and then eventually people aren't going to show up, and the company's not going to be making money, and they're just going to put it out of its misery. Maybe that's what they want. But like best case scenario, like you said, is just that it's an NXT UK thing where they just disrupt the scene for a couple of years, but then they eventually fuck off and go away. Because I just don't like, and it's not a WWE thing; it's AEW too. I don't like any company trying to build this giant monopoly and also building their own branches of their own brand throughout like the different countries. Like, leave the Japanese scene alone, leave the Mexican scene alone. Like, what makes it good is that there's alternatives opposed to the shit that you offer. Like, we don't need sports entertainment in Japan. We don't need Tony Khan in Mexico. We don't need any of that shit.
Are you sure? I mean, Japan could use some sports entertainment, Smark. I mean,
I would actually like to see Tony Khan in Japan, just like fucking high as shit on cocaine, trying to speak Japanese. There's just like scantily clad women all around him in like Sailor Moon outfits. It's all very confusing.
There you go. Driving that train high on cocaine.
Oh yeah.
Dave Meltzer just following around with a heart on the entire.
Dave Meltzer's the one in the schoolgirl outfit.
Yes. 5 stars.
Mr. Collins.
Did you take Viagra, Dave? No, but I should have. I should have. This is great. I love this shit. Yeah, you're right. AEW in Japan, which is going to happen. AEW will go to Japan. I would say by the end of 2026, they'll be in. They'll do a show.
The fucking Packers got Matthew Golden. Letting Smark know.
Yeah, I was seeing True North put that in the chat here. I guess that'll make Luke happy because the fucking Packers never take offense in the first round.
It's lame.
It is.
Yeah, he's good. That guy, good.
He's golden.
Good. That guy's good. Yeah, good. Great. Yeah. Who?
Yeah, I was at work listening and I heard you talk about a sequel to Draft Day, and in my head I immediately said Draft Day, draft year, and then you eventually got there. I was like, damn it. I was like starting to type it in, you said it, like, oh, erase.
Yeah, even draft year.
I told Smark, I was like, change Boxman's name to Kevin Costner so he's more on board with being part of a draft show.
No, don't do that. Kevin Costner. No. I like the guy. Good. I still need to watch fucking Yellowstone. God damn it.
You haven't watched any of Yellowstone stuff?
No, I was going to, and then my wife's like, "Well, I want to watch it too," and I'm like, "God damn it, no, I can't watch it till she wants to watch it," which is
never.
It'll be 2026 before I watch that fucking show. There'll be a whole new one. I do want to catch up on Landman too, because
I got to start that one. I'm working my way through season 2 of. Yeah, I'm working my way through season 2 of 1923 right now. That's another spinoff of Yellowstone. That out.
Aside from the obvious reasons, I'm glad Cheese is here because when you said Landman, I was almost certain that you just had made some shit up to fuck with me. So Cheese corroborating your story.
Yep, Landman, starring Billy Bob Thornton.
So I swear, no. I have never heard of the show before. Some of these shows and movies that you mentioned, because we watch such wildly different shit, I occasionally think you're just making things up to fuck. It's like, okay, it's Jason Statham, but he's a baseball umpire, but then he has to take on the cartel.
That movie's definitely coming out.
That's totally true. Yeah, I'm in the middle of making it right now. No, yeah, Landman is the same guy. Good guy, what's his name? Travis Sheridan.
I think it's Trevor Sheridan.
Trevor Sheridan. It's the same guy that made Yellowstone is making Landman. Basically, he fucked over Yellowstone to make Landman, but that's a whole different thing that we could get into on another show.
Kevin Costner was holding shit up too.
Well, that's one reason Costner decided to get out of there, was because the whole Landman thing was coming, and he was supposedly, I was watching a whole thing on this when I was looking into Yellowstone. I guess he was cutting a lot of people's pay, and a lot of things were happening. Costner didn't agree with it, and obviously he wasn't cutting Costner's pay.
Pretty much, if it's on Paramount Plus, it's made by Sheridan at this point.
Yeah,
and so many shows up there.
He's got a great mind for shows, man. Every show of his is done great, but I definitely need to watch Yellowstone. I want to check out Landman too, but yeah. But if you're on Netflix, there is going to be a new docuseries WWE is a part of, and it's going to be a show called WWE Unreal. And it's literally going to and it's literally going to take us, as I was saying earlier, right into the writer's room, right outside the ring. It's going to basically tear down that fourth wall. I will almost bet you this is a show Vince McMahon would never let happen. Beyond the Mat was one thing. This show, I don't think he would let happen. They are bringing you right into the writer's room. Supposedly it's going to be, pretty in depth. So I guess we'll see.
Do what?
Do what?
Smark is all the way on the floor now.
Yes,
I literally just had to accept my fate that it's more comfortable laying on the floor than having my leg fucking touch the ground, have my arm like on the computer stand, and then have like half of my body just on the bed, half of my body dangling off the bed.
Yeah, but at least your dog is fully in the picture.
Look how relaxing man looks. I'm fucking
that's
on
a plus.
the floor right now, and he is in the lap of luxury.
He is the alpha male.
Yeah, it really is. He's full on Monty Brown.
But this is now executive producers for this show include, and you guys are going to know this first one right away, Peyton Manning.
Gay.
Agreed.
Jamie Horowitz, back off. Ross Ketover, Keith Crossrow, Ken Rogers, Jessica Body, Lee Fitting, of course, Ben Hauser, and Mark Pomerico. We all know those names. They're very popular names. Actually, we don't. But yeah, so there we go. That's going to be interesting, this show. Not quite sure what else to say about it because we don't know much about it. But I guess it looks like it's coming out. I don't know, but it's going to be 10 episodes, right around 50 minutes long each. And there you go. It's also produced by Omaha Productions, NFL Films, Skydance Sports, and WWE.
Scott says, I hate this a lot. This upcoming show, we don't need to see how the sausage is made.
We're right back, fellas. It sounds like half my house just fell down. I'm going to go see what the fuck that was.
You okay? That doesn't sound good at all.
No, not at all. I do kind of wonder with this, like, how much of it is actually going to be what's actually happening, and how much of this is what they just want us to see. Like, I would not be surprised if half of this is a work in and of itself.
Yeah, like Hyra just saying, we don't need to see how see the sausage made. I don't think they're going to show you how the sausage is made. I think they're going to show you. They might show you what goes into the sausage, but they're not going to show you the.
Sonny already did that movie.
Yeah, you're right. But I it's kind of like Hulk Hogan said on that one documentary. With wrestlers, you're never going to get the whole enchilada, brother. So I don't know how deep this show will go. You got to remember, WWE is only going to show you what they want you to see. You're going to see a little bit of the writer's room. They might show you a little drama, a little argument happened back there, something like that. They'll bring you back into the writer's truck. They'll bring you ringside. You'll probably hear a few things the announcers get told by Triple H. And that's about it. Probably shit most of us already fucking know. Who are real fans and not just, fly-by-night casuals.
Quick update on the draft. Jackson Dart is the first quarterback to go. It wasn't even Shitter Sanders.
The Giants with the Vikings.
Yeah, the Giants. Right. Giants picked up Jackson Dart.
What I will say that I find interesting, just to give Box a little bit of perspective, this draft started at 8 o'clock my time, so it'd be 7 o'clock your time. It is currently 11 o'clock my time, and it is pick 25
out of 32.
Mm-hmm. Like, this will not be over for another. Like, it's gonna be about 4 hours.
Are you talking about this morning? It started this morning, or does that...
No, 8 o'clock this evening. It's been going for 3 hours.
Yeah.
In 3 hours, they've only managed to make 25 picks.
I didn't think they started it early in the morning because, I've seen the movie.
Well, that was draft day 1. Draft day 2, it'll start earlier.
All the truth about that. All right, let's keep going here a little bit, folks.
The first overall pick, and he's a solid player, but he mostly got drafted because he's trying to take care of his family, and his sister has cancer.
No one came to his birthday party. Fuck him.
That's the usual. That's the usual story. I'll tell you. I'll tell you. But
that's why the first quarterback didn't get taken until 25. Nobody came to his birthday party.
Oh man, that's horrible. I don't know. They found out that was a lie though. Sam Elliott told them all about it. And I'm going to tell you, if Sam Elliott tells me something, I'm fucking listening to that guy. That's all I'm saying.
He doesn't have to tell me. As long as his mustache says it, it's true.
Fuck. Sam Elliott could tell me it's fucking, today is Tuesday. And I'd be like, yep, sure as hell is. Yep, sure, Tuesday. Yeah.
Yep. He could piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. And I could look up and see the sun. I'm like, damn, it's coming down.
Absolutely. I think I hear thunder. Oh, you farted. That's even better. Okay. And the thunder rolls. Okay. And the lightning strikes. Okay. So another thing that happened, obviously there was a ton of indie shows and shows going on during WrestleMania weekend. One of them, of course, GCW, and GCW had their clusterfuck, which they call it. One of the entrants, folks, was none other than Brodie Lee Jr., otherwise known as -1. I can't believe how tall he is. He is taller than Chris Bay. And he won. He won the fucking match.
Of course he did.
This kid is taller than Chris Bay. How old is he? 12?
Right. I was thinking.
I really don't want to shit on the guy because he worked so hard to get just to be able to walk again. But most people are kind of taller than this.
Oh no! I wasn't trying to shit on the guy. But I'm just saying, I'm more amazed at the rate of growth of Brodie Lee Jr. than anything else. So, and of course, great to see Chris Bay walk out there and do this. But
so the benefit of not having a wife or kids or just sort of anybody that loves me means I have the time to watch things like this. I watched this match, and the highlight of this was not even what we're talking about right now. The highlight of this, there is a wrestler, Santana Jackson, who is a Michael Jackson impersonator. He plays it straight. It's not like, haha, this is funny that Michael Jackson's a weirdo. He just full on plays it straight. He came to the ring because they do a clusterfuck. It's this big battle royal. People come in, come out. It's sort of just random intervals. So he comes out, the Michael Jackson impersonator comes out with Blanket, who is his baby. It's not Blanket now. It's like a little baby doll, wrapped up in a blanket. You'll never guess what happens next.
Yes, he comes out and punts into the crowd.
Yes, that's actually what happened. He was in the clusterfuck. Current days Gene Snitsky came out. He fucking chokeslammed Michael Jackson impersonator, threw him out of the ring. He forgot to get the baby. Snitsky grabbed the baby and booted it into the crowd, and then just left.
Wow,
it was pretty sweet.
And I see what you did there, Michael Jackson. I'm gonna come. That was good. That was good. Michael Jackson playing it straight. I get it. That was funny.
That was intentional.
Yet intentional. But also what happened, folks, was a little bit of Josh Barnett's Bloodsport. Little Josh Barnett's Bloodsport. I accidentally just closed that.
While you scramble to pull that back up, I did in fact watch one of the other shows that was on. One of the matches was fucking Minoru Suzuki versus Butterbean. And you remember I brought this up last week, and you were like, hey, isn't Butterbean having trouble walking? And I was like, I don't know. He's wrestling. He's got to be all right. No, he's very much having trouble walking. He can barely fucking move. He refused to take any bumps. And, they barely touched each other. They were both afraid to hit the other person. So it was, just a lot of just, two people. Well, Suzuki's fine, but Butterbean was out of shape, and they were just both kind of circling each other around for a little while, and not much of anything happened. And then it ended in a double disqualification, and everybody booed and everybody hated it, and it was kind of fucking phenomenal. It was great to watch.
Awesome.
It was one of the worst matches I've ever seen in my life, which is what made it enjoyable.
Well, That's what you get for putting that match together. I hate to tell you, but that wasn't going to go well.
No, I mean, it went exactly how you would have thought it would have went, which is what made it fun.
Yeah, I guess. But there were a bunch of people backstage. Now, Natty did take place in Bloodsport, Josh Barnett's Bloodsport. Also got into a fight with a fan, which is weird because they're also saying a bunch of WWE officials were also on hand there. Honestly, I think Natty's kind of royalty in that company. I don't think Natty could do anything to get fired at this point. I don't even think she'd care. But a lot of other WWE stars were in attendance for this show. Tyler Bate, Scarlett, Shotzi Blackheart, Candice LeRae, Roxanne Perez, Tyson Kidd was also there. Karen on his wife, Nia Jax, Raquel Rodriguez, Liv Morgan, Braun Strowman, Bayley, Cora Jade, Gunther, Lexis King, and AEW's Willow Nightingale.
Cross was also on the show.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's why Scarlett was there. Cross was on this show. I believe they had 3 or 4 people on this show. WWE did.
It's going to work. I don't know how much longer Cross will be around, unfortunately. You guys see his?
I think it is.
Yeah, I hope it is. Although, I mean, if it is, Scarlett's a damn good
promo. I've got that promo.
You see Scarlett next to him at one point, like she's just sitting there like she's supposed to, and at one point she's like, "Oh shit!" Like,
here, let me
shut up.
I wasn't going to play that, but I do have that promo. Hold on, let me get that loaded up real quick. Cross did cut a pretty. Sam Roberts was a fixture kind of this weekend, and a lot of people give him shit, but if you're not an Opie and Anthony fan, you guys don't know what Sam Roberts went through when he was an intern with Opie and Anthony. I give Sam Roberts a lot of credit. That motherfucker went through a lot of shit with Opie and Anthony. So
finally cutting his hair.
Well, he finally got rid of that fucking weird red fro he had.
Yeah.
But he went through hell with Opie and Anthony. They put him through a lot of bullshit, as morning shows used to do. So
is he like an intern the same way Monica Lewinsky was an intern?
No, but being an intern on Opie and Anthony was a little different than every other show because they were fucking wild, man, and they made their interns do some pretty weird shit. But
you NORAD with a stuttering John comment.
No stuttering John. But here is the Karrion Kross promo. It's about 3 minutes, so I guess we get a little reprieve here. And this was again with Sam Roberts, and I forget who else he had there with him. Anyone remember the blonde?
I don't know her damn name. I don't remember it.
Okay, and the blonde. So here we go.
Blonde hole.
Right. Well,
Courtney Love,
as Opie and Anthony would call her, the hole. Okay. Okay. Here we go.
Let's talk about how awesome it is that Logan Paul just won. And let's talk about, Sam, let's talk about what Logan Paul represents. The shortcut. Feels so good to be here. Feels so good to be in the business. Thinking about all of the funerals that I wasn't able to attend for the last 11 years in this business, all of the holidays I missed. I could have just started a YouTube channel, could have just jumped in there with AJ Styles. Feels really good, right? It's awesome. It's really good.
Do you guys know we have 25 years combined experience, and what are we doing on Mania?
Well, they know because they're normal human beings, and they actually love professional wrestling, but apparently that doesn't mean shit anymore. That doesn't mean shit. All I asked Allin to do was for once to not think about just himself. Think about everybody in the back and think about the professional wrestling fans. That's all I wanted him to do. Sometimes to do the right thing, you have to do the wrong thing. But he's a narcissist, and he had to do it his way. Hey, Allin, how many more WrestleManias do you have in your system? Probably, I don't know, one. Maybe it's just the last one, and you just pissed that away. For what? For what? For your way? Thanks a lot, bud. I really appreciate it. You want to know what the best advice I ever got? It was from Bill Goldberg. 2021, back when I was in the Twilight Zone, you know what I mean? I'm wrestling for gasoline. It was awesome. Let me tell you all about it. Bill goes, hey, Cross, you know what? You remind me a lot of me. I go, I think we have different styles, Bill, but I really appreciate that. Do you have any advice for me? He goes, you know what? You just got to be a good soldier. A good soldier is what he said. So I decided to be a good soldier. You know what happened? They released me. And then I come back. You know what being a good soldier gets you, everybody here? Just so in case you're wondering, you want the back scoop here. Being a good soldier gets your times cut. Being a good soldier means that people come up to you and say, hey, you got any great ideas? Yeah, here it is from Scarlet. No. That's a little too great. We're looking just for good ideas. That's for those guys over there. That's what being a good soldier is, okay? Being a good soldier is coming to your hometown where you cut your teeth, where you got started, and not being on the card. It's all about viral moments now. That's what it's all about, viral moments. Well, Guy, everybody's been telling me that I got to become undeniable. And as soon as it happens, they ignore it and they shut it down. I never asked to wrestle Randy. I never asked. That happened organically, and you ignored it for a viral moment. And good on Joe. Nothing against him. But you ignored it. And the crowd told you exactly how they felt about me on SmackDown when I was eliminated. And you ignored it. Become undeniable. My ass. My ass. You want a viral moment? On behalf of all of the true fans of professional wrestling, Guy with the suit and tie in the truck, go fuck yourself. That's from Killer Cross. No. Fuck it.
Yeah. Scarlett was playing it pretty well. If that was a work.
I think it was. I'm not going to say all of it, but I think most of that was a work. It had the WWE logo. You got it. It was all with WWE Fanatics, which they signed with a while ago. I don't know, man. I got a feeling it was mostly work. I think he would have been fired by now. They would have fucking got rid of him by now.
I hope they finally start to use Cross correctly and fucking give him something to his character.
Maybe
even if it is a work, I do at least appreciate their commitment to put it out there in as much different venues as possible. Of just making everything seem more realistic. You have people voicing their grievances on other shows, and there was that whole thing of you kind of alluded to it. Bailey was on the Chris Van Vliet podcast, and she was sort of complaining about the hard road she's had to go through being in the company and stuff, and there was a lot of people feeling sorry for her, and allegedly a lot of that was supposed to be a work. I'm not sure if it was or if it wasn't, but who really knows. But just the idea that there are more people that are more committed to suspending disbelief, even in the face of, like you were saying, they're putting out shows now. It's well, here's a look in the writers' room. It's but they're still trying to make suspend disbelief a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, they are.
I was a fan of Cross and fucking Lucha Underground, MLW, TNA.
Mm-hmm.
He's fucking good. WWE has not utilized him in the way that they should because he hasn't been good in WWE.
No, and I do like that he at least made fun of the mask when he wore the mask.
Yeah.
I'm oh yeah,
I wrestle for gas.
Remember? Easy, Bane. But everyone made fun of it, so it was smart to bring it up. And a lot of people were comparing that to CM Punk's pipe bomb. I didn't think it was that impactful. I guess that's the right word for it. But
it would have had to go longer, and he would have had to call more people out rather than guy in the truck wearing a suit and tie.
Yeah. Guy. Was he talking about Triple H? Who knows? How many guys in the truck have a suit and tie? Who knows?
Who was the Joe that got the viral moment? That's the part I didn't pick up on.
Yeah, I didn't think about that either. I don't. And Allin. Who's Allin?
I think Allin is AJ. I'm guessing AJ's first name is Allin.
Yeah, Allin.
Okay, that makes sense.
And I think the Joe in question is Joe Hendry with the match with Orton.
Joe Hendry. There you go. That might be. That might be right. He did mention Randy. That actually connects very well. That connects well.
Well done,
so,
Smark.
That's right.
Yeah. So we mentioned this last week, Smark. We said, what the fuck is going on with Darby Allin? Did he climb? What's he doing? And I swear to God,
hit by another bus.
No, not yet. Not yet.
He is very much dead. All right. Good night, everyone.
He is pretty far away from a bus right now, but we know he was doing the climb of Mount Everest, and it looks like he is in the middle of it. It looks like he's in the middle of it right now. He's finally doing it. It says an update suggests that progress has continued. He arrived in Kathmandu, Nepal, early April. He brought his mother and his brother with him and began his trek to the Everest base camp just days later. So April 17th, Allin and his team revealed they were making steady progress. They took a picture, but it was taken down. I don't know why, but it was taken down.
He didn't bring his mother up with him, right? She just came on the trip.
I don't think they're climbing with him. I think they're just there for moral support.
Like, people die every year on that mountain, just so you know.
Oh yeah. All the time. That's what everyone's probably worried about. But he's at the base and he's got a crew with him. That's so it's and I think that might be why they deleted. They didn't want everyone to know he had a whole crew with him. But he does have a whole crew. And when you get to the Everest base camp, you still haven't started your climb.
Right.
So this was just as of yesterday, and he was about to start the climb as of yesterday's article. While they haven't yet, they're about to.
Yeah, I think there's like camps before you start like the final descent. Or not descent.
Oh, there's actually no. You have to take part in a ceremony called the puja first, and then
sounds like something the great Kali is involved in.
Probably. And then you're allowed to climb Mount Everest. So you cannot do that until you have taken part in the puja, which is a ceremony performed by any group that attempts to climb Mount Everest. So there you go. We got an update. He's doing it. He's in the middle of it. There you go.
Crazy.
Wake me up when he gets to the Hillary step.
Yeah, I mean, he's not even an astronaut. Who gives a shit about it?
No, actually, he's going up there to literally, he wants to plant the AEW flag on the top of Mount Everest.
Katy Perry's in space. We don't have time for Darby.
Was she, though?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, they just went to like the edge of space, like to where that Red Bull guy jumped from.
Thank you.
That's where they went. But all right, last thing I've got on my little list is AEW's Hook is actually being featured in a short film called Money Talks. Now, it's Money Talks with money sign as the S.
A fucking remake of the Chris Tucker and Charlie Sheen movie?
It doesn't look like it.
Okay, good.
But that's honestly the only thing I could get information for. This movie has not even been. It's a short film. I do have
the name of a porn website. Are you sure that's not what this is?
No, it's not.
Okay,
I promise you, it's not. But there is a picture of Hook in the movie. It
doesn't look like a reboot. That's for sure.
No, it's not a reboot. It looks like he's some sort of hitman or crazy character in the movie. There's a few more pictures I could let me share the screen and I can bring up some more pictures here.
You guys haven't seen the original Money Talks. It's worth a watch.
The original Money Talks is funny. Chris Tucker and Charlie Sheen. Good movie. Okay, let's go to share screen. Let's go here. I think I shared the wrong fucking screen, didn't I? I did. No, I shared the wrong one. I wanted to go to the Instagram screen because that's where I've got all the pictures. And here we go. Present, share, Instagram. There we go. Now we've got all the pictures. All right. So there's the one of them right there.
Here's a real quick clip of the actual Money Talks.
No, it wasn't actually. This is a new one. There's the picture we saw of Hook. There's one picture. Someone's dead.
Oh no.
I've seen this guy in something and I can't remember what, but I do know he looks very familiar. That a kid is buying Star Wars stuff. That's a good picture.
The fucking Emma Watson.
Oh, but this looks like Hook 2 right here as the clerk, which makes me think he's some sort of serial killer or something.
Hook 2, not starring Robin Williams.
obviously Wonder Bread with some little placement here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a film by Tony Mucci. There you go.
I love Tony Mucci.
Huh?
No further questions. I'm a big fan of Tony Mucci.
Huh? But there
love
you go.
Everything he does.
This will be a world premiere at the upcoming Tribeca Film Festival. So there you go. The movie follows the adventure of a $100 bill in 1981 NYC. That's the name of the film.
Interesting.
Didn't Family Guy do an episode like that where they followed a dollar bill?
I've never seen one episode. I don't know.
And I'm sitting here. I can't.
So that is it. There you go, Smark. What do you got left? Any more on the draft?
Apparently the Lions took Tyreek, I believe that's how you pronounce his name, Williams. Tyreek Williams, defensive tackle, Ohio State.
Oh, great pick. He's going to be awesome.
So we still don't have an edge rusher. Perfect.
Okay, there we go. I was curious on the Cheese's reaction on that because he didn't seem entirely upset, but also didn't seem thrilled.
I mean, it's a defensive lineman at least, but son of a bitch, we need edge.
So do we.
Call up Adam Copeland, see if he's available.
Yes.
I mean, you do what you got to do. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mispronounced that. We don't need an edge rusher. We need an edge rooster.
Oh, we'll call Roosh.
Yeah.
Call Edge and Roosh. You need a backup.
Truno says that's not the first time that Katy Perry rode on the edge of a large market. Because she's a whore.
Back to Courtney Love.
Because she's a whore. Is that what you're saying? She's a whore?
Correct.
I mean,
well, I guess we can't verify that claim, but allegedly.
I mean, she does, unconsensually kiss men on American Idol all the time.
Yep. She did that song Dark Horse, which, ironically enough, that's what she typically has sex with. Dark
Very
men
popular.
hung like horses.
I thought you said she literally fucks horses. It's her Mexico tour. It's really popular.
I believe he was referring to the fact of dark men that are hung like horses. I believe that's what he was going for.
Although I wouldn't put her above a donkey show.
Either that or pulling a Howard Cosell and just saying that they're horses. Like, oh, nope, get them out of here.
Oh.
I'll even be on this microphone again.
Heard the H. I thought you were going to say Harry Carey. I'm like, whoa, easy there, buddy.
I don't know if I'll be wearing these headphones. I don't know if I'll be wearing these headphones again.
Oh man. I'm trying to think.
Live.
I'm gonna come.
Oh. Whoa.
And there's jizz everywhere.
No. Oh, no.
Didn't like that one, huh? Well.
Wait, we're wrong.
Whew, okay, let me make something clear. They are not the problem. You are.
You're Chinese.
Oh shit! And of course,
Yo, homeboy, welcome to the hood, brother.
Oh, it's been a minute since I've seen that one.
Mm.
That one never gets old.
We've been surprisingly light on the Hogan news lately. It's just surprising.
What is this? What is this one? Hold on. What is this?
Welcome to this horse's anus.
It's really hard to try to get that one in there, like on actual context. Like, you kind of have to force that. There's hardly ever an applicable moment in which.
Oddly enough, that would have worked just great with the Katy Perry talk we just had.
Oh, we've had this the whole time and haven't played it once talking about draft picks.
Yep.
There you go. Could have made this all make sense.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking through. I mean, we're pretty much done, folks. We'll get out of here in a few minutes, but I'm just kind of going through some of these and seeing what I didn't know was in here. And that was one of them. What's this
Josh
one?
Connerly Jr. is the most recent draft pick, by the way. Yeah, I got some WWE drops on here that I'm not even sure what they are. This one says Holly. I'm going to guess it's supposed to be holy shit. That's just the crowd chanting holy shit.
What is this?
Did you like it?
Oh, Smark and his subtle racism. Oh, funny.
I'm shocking.
Oh boy! Next thing you know, he'll be talking about the.
What's up, man? Just had a question for AJ. I was just wondering how you feel about your large following in the gay community.
The gay community.
That's just because I think it's mainly attributed to your looks.
Oh God, get rid of him.
Get rid of him. Get rid of him.
The gay community.
Get rid of him. Get rid of this guy. Light the loafers.
This one says WWE intros be like, and that's it.
Mr. Bombastic.
Okay, I know that's enough of that.
Mr. Bombastic, that's an old one.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a picture of Eddie Guerrero, so I was hoping it was the I Lie, I Cheat, I Steal one, but no.
Yeah, I think I've seen all the other ones here. I think Smark has played all these somewhere except the Hank Hill Bois compilation. What's this? What the fuck?
What a mark.
Oh shit. All right. I think that's enough.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's enough. Anyone got anything else at all? Anything?
No, it is mildly disappointing that I started this at 8 p.m. The fucking draft still isn't over.
Well, as you know.
For the 30th pick in the NFL draft, the Buffalo Bills select Maxwell Hairston, cornerback out of Kentucky University.
Ooh.
Oh, shit. Smark. Philadelphia just traded up with KC. You were fucking so close.
Oh. What's funny is you said
trading up with Buffalo.
What's funny is you said that. You said like Maxwell Harrison or whatever his name is. But then I looked on the stream that I was watching it. It was just some like pimply faced kid in a wheelchair. And I was like, that can't be him.
Her NFL's doing Make-A-Wish now. All right.
Also, fuck Washington because they took the pick that I wanted. I was hoping that fucking Conley would still be on board in the second round. Not happening. Sad times.
All right.
Philadelphia move up. That's not important.
Also, I feel like you missed out mildly by not watching AEW because they had to pander towards you because there was almost, I don't think there was any Roderick Strong and they had the Rock and Roll Express on.
I did check out the Rock and Roll Express segment and, you know.
Which is funny because like the whole thing is like, you didn't watch AEW, so like, we won't bother talking about it. But the whole idea was it was supposed to be impactful that they were older guys and they were getting beaten up. But like everybody that watches that knows that those motherfuckers are still wrestling. They had like multiple matches during WrestleMania weekend. It's like it's not a big deal that they just took a random bump on Dynamite when they had fucking Ricky Morton was out here hitting Canadian Destroyers all weekend. I was watching.
Oh, and they were supposed to not be doing this tag team thing anymore. Ricky Morton was supposed to concentrate on having matches with his son, but I'm sorry, but those guys are still in fucking demand. So I love seeing it. I mean, I'm obviously a huge fan of Rock and Roll Express, so.
His son's pretty good. Like basically his whole gimmick is that he's like an entitled asshole, like a Nepo baby situation. And it's like it's great because he's Ricky Morton's kid, so he's like Ricky Morton being like fucking classic white meat baby face. His son comes out and he's like, fuck you guys, I hate you all and suck, so on and so forth. Like they were doing on one of the GCW shows, they did a senior scramble. So it's like everybody in the match was like 60 plus. So you had like Rock and Roll Express, you had fucking like Damien 666 was out there. There was a bunch of other people. And he came out and like he like got Ricky Morton's son got on the microphone, just like berated everybody in the match for like coming out there and having the audacity to like not even be able to get their dicks hard anymore, but they're still taking up spots. And it was like this guy rules.
He came out there like,
oh, you motherfuckers.
Oh, that's funny. Oh man, that's good shit there. But all right, nothing more on Mania, nothing else.
No, like I made the comment in the chat earlier. Like my WrestleMania highlight was Seth Rollins turning to Roman Reigns and saying, "Let's kill the cancer." Jesus, Seth, phrasing.
Well, you know, he was.
Maybe he was trying to be supportive.
It is factual. I mean, he's trying to kill the guy's cancer. I mean, that's noble in a way.
Kill the business. You said you didn't watch Raw yet. Did you hear? You listened to the recap, so I'm sure you heard how it ended.
I did. I did listen to a few recaps, and I did hear. Now I'm trying to remember. I heard the recap Monday. It's been a few days since then.
I love the idea of Braun being paired with fucking Paul Heyman, but I hate the idea of Braun being paired with Seth Rollins.
Yeah, but Braun Heyman is a good mixture. That'll work well. And I mean, you know, those three together are going to be pretty fucking destructive. I mean, I got a feeling we're going to have to hear John again. John.
Nah, they're on Raw. It'll be fucking him going after Uso.
Jay. Oh, and Rusev came back to WWE and Lana.
I thought it was going to be him coming out at Mania and not fucking Joe Hendry. I was like, Rusev's going to step out and fucking kill Randy Orton. But I was wrong.
I'm glad Rusev came back. I hope they use him like he wants to be used. The guy wants to fucking work. It's not often you find a guy who wants to go out there and do his fucking job. When you get one like that, let them do their fucking job.
Yeah.
Because if he wants to do it, he's going to want to do it well. So let fucking Rusev go out there and do his job. Let him go out there and fucking kill people. That's what he's supposed to be doing.
Yeah, Heyman and Braun and fucking Seth are going to come out next week, and they're going to have Becky up and stuff like that's why she's a heel too now.
Jeez, we'll see. But my God, probably at this point. But I don't know. I mean, it's like, you know, it's like when they had fucking Brodus Clay. They had all these vignettes for this fucking murderer coming out, and then we got the Funkadactyl or whatever the fuck he was.
Yeah,
I actually kind of love that just because of how upset everyone got when it happened. Because like people were fucking hyped up for it. People were fucking hyped up for it. It's like, oh, this is great. Fucking Brodus Clay is awesome. All this shit. And he comes out, funk is on a roll, he's dancing and shit. I'm like, oh, this is great. People are so mad.
Because we were getting this fucking vignettes for this killer coming out to the ring, and then next thing you know, it's like the Funko what? The Funkasaurus? Are you fucking joking with me?
Yeah. Wait till Bronson Reed gets back from his injury and he comes out to disco music.
Oh. Braun break dancer. That's his next gimmick. Braun break dancer. There you go.
I mean,
they have the most hope for him out of anybody. They better not ruin him.
I don't think they will. I don't think they will. They're letting him do what he's supposed to be doing. They're letting him go out there and fucking kill people. And that fucking spear to Carlito was fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah. He almost landed in the ring. He speared him halfway down the ramp.
Yeah. He jumped from, that was fucking Michael Jordan air he got on that one, man. That was amazing.
I wish I was kind of hoping they would keep his character like as it was, because like he wasn't really a good guy, he wasn't a bad guy. It's just if you got in his way, he was gonna fucking kill you. That was basically it.
Oh, they're doing that. They're doing that blur the babyface heel thing with a lot of guys at this point.
Yeah, but I mean, I liked it on Braun just because like his main thing was I'm going to kill you. That's it. Doesn't matter who you are. I'm going to fucking go through you. And I was hoping that Gunther would win. And they'd go through Gunther and get the fucking title. But no, now it's on fucking Jay. And Braun's with fucking Seth. So he's going to take a backseat to Seth for like a year.
Get used to it.
Maybe.
Seth's going to inevitably end up with the belt. Braun will win Mania or the Rumble. And then it's going to be fucking Batista and Triple H all over again.
Yeah, you're going. You're going a whole year out again. Come on now.
That's just the way I see this going.
Oh, I don't know.
I totally understand why they didn't do it, but I feel like if they were going to make Braun a heel, I wish they would have just like had him be managed by Scott Steiner.
Yeah.
I don't think they really want him on TV with a live mic. That's all I'm saying.
I will forgive them for everything if they just bring Travis Scott back and let Braun spear him into two pieces.
Oh, I think a lot of people would. That's going to make him the biggest babyface there ever was.
Right.
That's what that would do. That's all that would do is make him a huge babyface. So
I actually have to touch on that real quick before we get out of here because, okay, again, I know neither of you watched that. So they started the show with, I don't know if you could think of a more relevant celebrity in the year 2025. They were in New Orleans. So they brought out Master P.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this is great for multiple reasons. A, you couldn't find a less relevant rapper or celebrity in fucking 2025 than Master P. And B, everybody really loved when Travis Scott got involved in WrestleMania. I'm sure you guys like picked up on that.
Right.
Doesn't Master P own a wrestling promotion though?
I couldn't tell you.
I don't know. I was surfing around on Tubi the other day though, and I came across a movie called Uncle P starring Master P. Goes without saying, I did not watch it.
He owns House of Glory.
What?
He owns Hog, where JD and fucking
that's why he's Uncle P, because he owns the Hog.
He owns Hog. There you go. He owns Hog. He owns House of Glory, where Jason Solomonster and JD are announcers.
Boy, I don't want to tell you how to direct the show here. When you said Uncle P, I really wish I could have been able to hit that fucking Chris Hansen picture. Like not Uncle P.
Yeah, there it is.
There you go, Spark.
Thank you.
But yeah, I knew he owned a promotion, so I don't know. I know Takeshita is going to be at House of Glory on Friday, so there might have been a kind of a thing going there.
It just made me laugh because like almost all of the discussion based on like how WrestleMania ended was just people hating Travis Scott's involvement. Like even if you knew who he was and liked him, because you get the people that are just like, who's this guy? But then like the people that know what's up still hated it. And then AEW started off by not only introducing a rapper into their storyline, but like a super irrelevant one. Like at least Travis Scott, like people know who that is.
Yeah, but Travis Scott never made him say,
I didn't know.
Or no.
That's right.
See, you got to remember that. And I did know on AEW, Stokely Hathaway made his comeback as the new manager for FTR. I do know that.
That's right.
I saw that. So
the Eagles drafted Jihad Campbell.
What?
That is his actual name. There's a man named Jihad Campbell who's playing in Philadelphia, which is the joke writes itself, I guess.
I'm afraid to even joke about that.
I mean, maybe it's pronounced Jihad, but
no, I actually do think it's Jihad. And by the way, you can make jokes about it because he's black, so it's not.
Neither one of those names are good, by the way. However you say it or spell it or anything. But there you go. There you go. But
she had to come make her appearance.
There you go. Always good to make an appearance. Surprised my daughter hasn't ran in here yet. She usually does. Oh, that microphone, that fuzzy thing. She loves it, doesn't she?
Oh, yeah. She gets up here and fucking tries to knock over the whole microphone and the computer. Yeah. She's helping take it down.
Yeah, whatever. That's awesome. All right. I think we can wrap this up. Unless there's any more we need to talk about.
No, that's good.
No.
All right. So let's.
So the pick was in the final pick, but then my phone shut down because the battery just died. So yeah.
Oh.
It's all
right. Well, fuck it. We'll wrap it up then. The final pick was in, but we don't care anymore. How's that, folks?
Yeah, it's a Chief anyway, so no one really cares.
Yeah, nobody cares. I know I don't. So guys, go ahead and talk tits.
Jeez.
Tuesday night, 8:30, Tuesdays with Tits. You can find us on YouTube. Totally Inappropriate Team Sports.
There you go.
Every Tuesday, 8:30. Tune in.
There you go.
Hang out in the chat.
Put him on the spot. Way to go, Smart.
I mean, he is the host of the show. I figured he'd be like better prepared to plug his own show.
I mean, his daughter just jumped off the chair from moving his mic around. But hey, go for it. Hey, go ahead.
And besides, we're even now because he was busting our balls earlier for being on fucking just nonstop dead air parade.
Yeah. I turned on the show and it's like literally 15 seconds of them just sitting there and nobody talking. I'm like, you guys are live.
To set the scene, Luke isn't even on camera. I'm on camera, but like I'm just sort of like there's really only so much filibustering you can do because it's the fucking NFL draft, and there's like 8 minutes of just nothing happening, and then they announce a pick, and then there's 8 more minutes of nothing happening. So it's a challenging event to try to cover.
Well, you're supposed to talk about the pick that just happened in the 8 minutes before the next pick that comes on.
Yeah, you gotta have like in-depth analysis.
Yes, jump on chat GPT immediately.
There you go.
That's what you need to do. Start reading up.
I mean, I was thinking about showing feed, but Luke said no.
Oh yeah, Luke's always afraid of getting copyright strikes and shit. I say, who fucking cares, Luke?
Mm-hmm.
I get like 20 views a week, if that. I'm not really fucking worried about it.
Yeah, they're pain in the
See,
ass.
how's that for a plug?
Yeah, come be one of the lucky 20.
If the channel gets shut down, it's a bitch. So,
yeah. Lately, towards the end of the show, though, we've been playing Cards Against Humanity with the chat. So, if you guys like Cards Against Humanity, come hang out in the chat. We'll play some games.
It's awesome.
What the hell is that?
It gives you like a prompt and you fill it in with like a couple of different options. So like the one that sticks out in my mind, I'll fucking pat myself on the back because it was mine, but it's just the one that I remember. It's like my body, my choice, blank, my voice. And I happen to have a card that said coat hanger abortion, so I just went ahead and slid that on in there.
Okay, I see. That sounds fun, actually.
Yeah,
so,
my body, my voice, coat hanger abortion's my choice.
Oh God.
Yeah, it goes along with the inappropriate theme of the show.
There you go. I got it. So, all right, folks, there you go. Don't forget Tuesday nights. Check them out. And of course, I will be. I did not do a Hollywood Hangout last week. I will do one this week. I think I'm gonna do a stand-up comedy episode. I'll decide which comic I'm going to talk about. It will not be Joe Rogan. That is just way too controversial. But anyway, that will be done. And of course, me and Smark will be back here next week talking wrestling, every bit of it you can take. And that is it, guys. Cheese, thanks for joining us for a while there. Appreciate it.
Yeah, my pleasure.
All right. So there you go. See you guys later. Have a good one, and see you guys next week. Like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff.